Welcome to Benidorm on 1st of March. It's officially calendar spring. Although here in Spain we will celebrate it towards the second half of this month, but still, spring is basically here. And look at how many people are in Benidorm city center right now, close to the old town. Incredible amount of people, families, friends, solo travelers, locals, everyone are here in the heart of Benidorm, grabbing some shopping, last minute shopping and sales, having a lovely drink or snack, or simply enjoying a walk in Benidorm at night. In today's video, we're planning to have a short walk down the most important shopping streets and places where a lot of bars and cafeterias are located, up until the castle viewpoint in the old town. Let's see what Benidorm is looking like. If you did not see our latest news video, this is where we did let you know that Benidorm will start celebrations shortly. Starting from today up until 19th of March, we officially celebrate Fallas, and there's not going to be much going on up until 14th, 15th of March. Starting from that day, for about 4 days in a row, we will have some fairs going on. Probably they'll put the market on the Poniente beach back again, and maybe some more small markets. Plus, we will have different types of monuments around the city, usually in Rincon de Loix, the city center, and some other areas where you will be able to see sarcastic figures, very, very colorful statues and monuments that symbolize everything bad that happened through the past year and beginning of this one. And these monuments will be burned to the ground on the last day, on 19th of March. Same day, at 6:30 in the evening, we'll have the usual parade of Fallas that will be held on the same streets where parades are usually at. One of them, for example, is the street of Rusafa, right where we started today's video. So if you will be in March here, especially second half of March, don't forget to join the celebration. Also, we will vote for our favorite monument. There will be big ones and baby ones, and we will see which one will win this year. You also have videos from last year where you can check what kind of interesting ideas artists had last year for us and how different it will be with this year's ones. On the main shopping alley, we have a lot of interesting services. There's a very nice place to try typical Spanish jamón serrano or jamón ibérico. Plus, they have wine cellar and the cafeteria on the top where you can try all these things out. Not the cheapest place, but still it's here. Our favorite place, La Mejillonera, on the right side, which is where you can try rations or half of portion, and paellas, fideuá, seafood, fried squids, fried fish, tapas. They have a big selection of typical Spanish food, and it's actually delicious out there. The service is great and it's not too expensive either. So really recommend it for you to check it out. We've been there a year ago. Probably you have this video on the channel too. If you want to check out tapas in Benidorm, tapas tours in Benidorm, you have the complete playlist here on YouTube on our channel, where you can just click and have a marathon of different tapas places if you plan on visiting them in Benidorm town on your next holidays. Surprisingly, there's quite a lot of people. I must say that obviously it's Friday night, so usually the weekend is when you will start seeing Benidorm really busy. This is also no exception. Today is Friday evening, it's Friday night, and there's quite a lot of people on the streets. On our left side, we have the famous Tapas Alley. You have that video, by the way, here in the tapas list as well. The very famous place Cordoba, which is a restaurant. It's quite fancy in a sense that There are some lobsters here. They do have slightly higher pricing because it is considered restaurant, and if you're not careful, you will spend quite a lot of money in it. But usually it's very, very full because mostly tourists and those who come here on holidays know about it, and it's been recommended in a lot of places, so that is why it's usually busy. Obviously, here you also have quite a lot of different hotels, accommodation options, the shop for suites. Oh, and they've closed the hotel for refurbishment. That's interesting. They're changing it out back again. Probably the outside part, the international hotel, which has been changed slightly. But now I suppose they're doing the other part that was still left behind to make it even a nicer place. Some souvenir shops, sunglasses, hats, accessories. There's a lot of different clothing brands that are typical Spanish that are located here towards the old town of Benidorm. And more branded things, even interesting, unusual shops for those who love something specific, special gifts from their holidays, who are interested in military things and police ones. So this is probably the place where you could purchase something like this. Jewelry places out here on the left side too. And in front we have the Dove Park. Oh, there's a CBD shop here and tobacconist right nearby. That's comfortable to have both of these places right nearby. Not a lot of people actually are heading here though. I usually do not see any clients almost at all. They do have cosmetics, they do have a lot of different things out here. Real estate companies, and here it's actually way quieter, I must say that, on the main street. Obviously, these ones are smaller streets that head up towards the old town viewpoint. Some real estate, then we have a couple of hotels or hostels located here nearby, and there are also many, quite a lot of them, of touristic apartments that are not owned by any kind of big company. These are private touristic apartments with a tourist license a lot of the times, because that's how it should be. And these are located here in the old town. It's great, especially if you want to be close to everything. For example, here we have hotel. This is a hotel Irati, very small, probably family owned. Opening hours. They do have like a bar, cafeteria on the bottom, and on the top floors, except from the bottom one, they have the accommodation options like apartments, studios, and rooms. So there's a lot of these places like that, and prices are not too high. It's not the most expensive place where to stay in Benidorm town. We do expect increase in tourists, in the amount of tourists here in the area, starting from probably a week or two from now, because that's as soon as we will finish Fallas celebration, which basically means that the spring has started. And immediately afterwards, we have the Saint Week, which is Easter. So this is when the summer season will officially start, but we do have a feeling that we never even finished it from last year. You know that summer season, tourism season here usually opens up by Easter holidays, and then it finishes towards 1st, 4th of November during the first 4 days. After it, it's considered winter season. But this year we kind of didn't have any because it was still really, really busy up until now, up until like last weeks of February. Probably for a week or a week and a half, it did stop. But now we still have quite a lot of people here. So we did not notice the lower tourism season here in the area as we should have. But it's great for the businesses. Oh, they're refurbishing something here. This is a hotel. They're refurbishing a lot of places here in Benidorm. By the way, as we've spoken a couple of news updates before the last one, probably a month or two ago, we've mentioned that 1/5 and even more probably by now of all the hotels in Benidorm. They're refurbishing, they're changing something inside to make it more clean, more modern, probably change maybe some furniture, some decoration inside of the rooms, mostly restaurants and common areas, as well as reception, lobby, the main entrance maybe, simply because there is a lot of competition right now. There's a lot of competitors here in Benidorm because there's hotels that even went up in stars by category. Others did not, but they look brand new with interesting designs like marine theme or typical Mediterranean style, etc. So there's a lot where to choose from, and hotels that did not refurbish, that did not change or renew something inside, obviously will start losing clients soon unless they have really, really attractive prices. Then it's not going to be the case. But if they don't, obviously people will start choosing these places that have newer and modern type of design, and it's simply more pleasant to stay in places like this. By the way, there are also some apartments, touristic apartments here in the old town by the viewpoint, but you need to be careful when you book those, because if you want to sleep slightly longer during your holidays, this is where you will hear every single morning from early morning the bells from the church. So it will be quite noisy. And even in the evening and night time, there's quite a lot of people walking, passing by, maybe talking loud or listening to some music. So be prepared if you are staying somewhere here nearby. Right now, the square looks quite quiet, I must say. There's only a couple of people passing by. Even the bars, just one of them is open, all the rest are closed by now because it's way past 7 p.m. at this time of the day. From here, we have some of the best views of two beach areas. Even Alicante can be seen from here, which seems kind of far away, but it's really not as bad. In half an hour, you will be able to get there with a car. Here we have the Poniente Beach and the port of Benidorm. Right below us, we have the Malpas small and cozy beach, ideal for snorkeling. And right in front, the castle, the old castle viewpoint of Benidorm. There's always information here around that you can scan as a QR code that you can scan and listen about this particular place. Hopefully they do have the information in English. By the way, this would be a good idea at specific places that have historical interest or that might be interesting to tourists, something curious about the city. There could be QR codes or something apart from the boards of information where people could scan it and just maybe see a short video or have like a short just sound maybe track that would explain what this place is in different languages, especially in English because that's a universal language. And people will get to know what it actually is, when this place was created, why it was created, maybe something happened here or something historical that is very, very important to Benidorm. Maybe that would be a good idea. But so far, what Benidorm is putting are these giant tablets. I call them giant iPads. These ones right here, they've started to appear by the Poniente Beach first, and then in the city center, Levante Beach, and they will be probably everywhere. They're not connected just yet, but shortly, hopefully, they will be. The gorgeous beach of Malpas right behind us, that's where they do summer cinema in peak summer months. The port of Benidorm right in front of us, where you can get different types of boat trips, snorkeling, scuba diving even, and much, much more. Fly fish, the banana, the speedboat, and much more. The changing Poniente Beach right in front of us as well. Another, well, the iPad, the giant iPad as I call them, not working just yet. Some old pictures of Benidorm comparing what this area looked like before it became a very famous viewpoint of the town, before it became the touristic attraction. And there's almost no people here. That's interesting because depending on the time of the year, people tend to visit one or other places, and some places are usually busier than the others. This is a good example of the streets where we've started today's video. It was plenty of people out there, and all the bars, restaurants were open. But here, I wonder if there's anyone at the viewpoint. There is no one. Look at this. There's absolutely no one out here. By the way, be careful when you go to these places. Oh, you can see the birds and even the stars. That's lovely. Be careful when you walk here because a week ago, more or less, another person was found. He fell down from the viewpoint. So be careful. If you drink, don't go here, especially don't try and climb over it because people fall down and they need to be rescued by the firefighters and the ambulance. So bear that in mind if you are planning to visit this particular viewpoint because it's becoming quite famous due to people falling down. The gorgeous island of Benidorm can be seen here as well. Tiny bit of fog and humidity, but that's normal. Thank you for accompanying us during this short walk down Benidorm city center and the old town on the 1st of March. Friday night in our lovely and gorgeous town. I hope you enjoyed the views. Thank you for watching and we'll see you in a new video. Bye.